G'day guys, how's it going? Thank fuck it's Friday, yay! Anyways, so on lifestyle, this is an interesting question somebody had, talking about mistress going to a dungeon sessions, some stuff that they get asked to do, ordered to do, requested to do when they're not in session in a dungeon. Because the mistress was saying things like, if you're serious about earning your collar, then you need to get lifestyled. And I'm like, well, that's an interesting term, lifestyled. Now, I reference the kink world as the lifestyle, because for some it is a lifestyle, for some it's something also that people will just dip their toe in occasionally. But regardless of that, everyone's there to have fun. And when they say lifestyle, then there are a few good answers to this. Like, one is like, to get a collar, you don't have to live it 24/7. It can be purely session based. For some it's like, well, alarm bells, because they just want to rip you off of money, move in with you, take control of your life, which some people do, but it's not like all immediate. And for others it's like becoming a part of a normal couple-ish with a little bit of a difference. But if it's one thing that is, I guess, kind of a thread that goes to me. I mean, this terminology says it all. Lifestyle, like, it's in your life 24/7. It's basically there all the time. It is different from session based, from being occasionally ordered to do things, because you don't have the overarching monitoring most of the time, because life happens. You have things that you do by yourself that you're required to do. You have everyday business to take care of, but still that thread. I mean, it's like having a boyfriend or girlfriend. Just because you're not there with them doesn't mean that connection isn't still there. However, having said that, it's not always possible to be, on 24/7 and in a lifestyle. And the D-type and S-type need to keep this in mind as well, unless that they are quite fortunate in that they are able to be taking care of themselves financially, socially, and all those other things. They still need to take a break occasionally from being in a lifestyle. And it's a requirement. I know that there is a couple that they do live at 24/7, and it is pretty intense. However, it's also still a requirement for the D-type that, at least once a week they get out of the house and do normal vanilla stuff, because that helps provide a bit of a balance and contrast to what they're doing, plus an appreciation for what they're doing. And apart from the fact that the whole isolation and all that, it happens a lot where some people say they use that connection, that excuse of being lifestyle or dom, to just take over somebody's life, and actually not for their benefit, not for the sub's benefit at all, but for the D-type. But having said that, it can go the other way around, where the S-type wants a lifestyle, but they're really controlling the D-type. I've seen it happen. It's an interesting thing to observe, particularly when they believe that they are the ultimate S-type. And yes, I think those trucks are following me around. I try and get away from them as quickly as possible. Oh gosh. Anyway, yeah. Do you know anyone who actually is living it lifestyle? I can't get away from them. And what aspects do you see that are lifestyle? What aspects don't you think you see that are lifestyle? Because there's a lot that people don't see when they are living the lifestyle. Have you ever lived it lifestyle? Are you curious about it? Have you talked to people about it? List the pros and cons about it, because there are cons, trust me, there are. But it depends on how you're able to get around and negotiate and compromise those and take those into account. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. A lifestyle thing, and it's I mean, that's the thing, that people have kids, jobs, lives, things need to take care of in everyday vanilla. So when people go about saying, you got to be lifestyle, there's a lot of people that think, oh, I'm going to be a gimp 24/7, or at least most of the time. So not happening. Physical restrictions apply and all that sort of stuff. Morning, cat. So I guess we'll just have to think about that. Give a good serious thought about that 24/7 lifestyling, and whether you want to lifestyle it full 24/7 or you want to lifestyle it only a little bit every now and again, occasionally on the weekends, as a release from the rest of the week's stress. Okay. Whew, it's getting hotter these days. It's supposed to be like about 37 today. Yeah. I think it's going to be a really hot summer. And contrary to popular belief, El Nino, look it up. It's a thing. Cycles. Oh my God. Get educated. It happens. Had a thought also about, I was at Arbor Day, Team Trees, planting 20 million trees around the world. I haven't checked up on where they're at the moment, but I wondered if any of our farmers thought it'd be good to get together with them and see if any of their properties would be eligible to put some trees along, like some of the water flow areas, to try and keep some of the moisture there. If there is none though, that makes it a bit more difficult. But this is kind of like a long-term terraforming kind of idea, where some of the plants, if you get, will create a low and bring about more cloud and rain there. That's a hope, because I know a lot of people go on about farmers just destroying land and stuff like that and pulling down trees. I'm like, dude, really, some of these people have inherited these farms from ages ago, and way back when Australia first started getting farmed, that's just what they did. Now these people have inherited these lands in that state, and trees take a fuckload of time to grow sometimes, like 10, 20 years, and some of them have inherited it from ages and ages ago. Well, yeah, they could have planted trees and all that sort of stuff, but it doesn't help if every sort of 3 to 5 years there's a massive drought that kills off all the trees. So I think Arbor Day also look at seeing if they can keep and maintain. I think the Team Trees look, see if they can keep and maintain the trees that they have planted. They might have programs that I haven't looked into it a bit more lately, but it's definitely something worth thinking about, because they'll plant trees that are indigenous to that area. It's an international project. I might have a look at that, see if it's of any interest or if it's actually possible or what they're doing. Anywho, Friday, have a good weekend. I plan on chillaxing. I have plans, and also, I know it's early, but think about stuff you're doing over Christmas. Oh my God, I think I'll try to take it easy, wallow in a pool, have a few drinks, chat with people. Sounds like a good idea. See you guys.